healthcare stories from Latin America. Before I get to those stories, I'm going to talk about some local events, via comments, and a political commentary. Local events. Lincoln High School has a crab feed on February 29th at 6:30 p.m. in Presentation Church Hall. $50 per person is the fee to get in. Viewer comments. Eddie from Galt asks me, Vic, do you think we are close to living in a fascist state? Excellent question, Eddie. Let me, for those of you who don't know what the word fascism means, let me just remind you. It comes from the Britannica.com dictionary, and this is how they define fascism in Britannica. And I quote, fascism is a political ideology and mass movement that dominated Central, Southern, and Eastern Europe between 1919 and 1945. It is characterized by extreme, listen carefully to this, and think how it matches the United States, what's going on here in the States. It is characterized by extreme militant nationalism, hatred of socialism, contempt for democracy, and a belief in a natural social hierarchy and the rule of the elites. Okay? Well, you know what, Eddie? Yeah, I think we're heading in that direction unless we get a progressive Democrat in office. Excellent question. Let me move on to my political commentary, and I'll address that in greater length. Okay, today's commentary is America's march to the right. Folks, over the last 40 years, ever since the election of Ronald Reagan, there has been a march to the right on both parties. The Republican Party has gone all the way to the right. There are very few moderate centrist Republicans. They're all pretty much radical Republicans, and half the Democratic Party, if not more than half the Democratic Party, are light Republicans. Look how much they attacked Bernie in the last debate. Okay? Basically, since Reagan, Democrats have sold their souls to the status quo, meaning they're fine with corporations, running the country and paying off the leaders, paying off our representatives to run the country. That's what ALEC is all about. ALEC is a non-profit conservative organization which works with industry to draft bills, create model bills, and just give them to the state legislatures, conservative state legislatures, to sign off on it. A lot of the bills get transferred from model bills that ALEC creates into law, word for word. Okay? Let me show you now how far the Republican Party has moved to the right since 1956. Okay? These are 7 Republican Party platform planks that I talked about in an earlier show, but it's important to understand how far the Republican Party has moved to the right. Here we go. These are the 1956 Republican Party platform planks, 7 of them. First one, provide federal assistance to low-income communities, protect Social Security, provide asylum for refugees, extend the minimum wage, improve unemployment benefit systems so it covers more people, strengthen labor laws so workers can more easily join a union, assure equal pay for equal work regardless of sex. Let me reiterate what number 3 of the party platform plank is and compare it to what's going on today at the southern border, or at California. Provide asylum for refugees. Throw that out the window. Right? Okay, so it's gotten so bad, folks, that only 40% of the original Democratic Party are actual Democrats now. All right, let's move on now to the show topics. First one's America's Social Justice Index standing. Let's watch a clip to help you define what social justice is, help you understand what social justice is. So let me just play a clip, and I'll come back and talk about it.
Hi everyone. This month's topic at Chat for Change is social justice. Social justice is a really broad term, and it covers lots of different ideas. It means that no one is hungry.
Before she goes on, let me just show you what this picture is. This is a picture of an umbrella. This is a picture of an umbrella that is a social umbrella that protects its citizens from all of these life events where they can get in serious health problems or economic problems. Let's keep going.
That the sick are cared for. That the environment is treasured. That no one lives without shelter. that people treat each other with love and compassion, and that everyone is able to fully participate in all aspects of life. So what are some key points about social justice? Effectively, social justice is about a society for all. It's about ensuring an equality of rights for all people, about making sure that everyone has their most basic needs met, and also about ensuring that everyone benefits from economic and social progress, not just a few people.
Okay, that last part was the most critical. Well, not most critical, but it's essentially one of the most important. Everyone should reap the benefits of a growing society, and a rising tide lifts all boats, right? As like John F. Kennedy said, right? Economic progress, everyone should enjoy the fruits of economic progress, okay? That hasn't been the case. I'm going to be quoting now and paraphrasing from HuffingtonPost.com and also from TheHill.com. But let me give you the backstory of what's going on here. Most of us have already heard the U.S. economy is rigged in favor of the well-off in corporate America. Okay? That claim has now been corroborated by a survey of developed nations. When it comes to social justice, the U.S. ranks 27 out of 31 developed countries. That's based on the Bertelsmann Foundation Social Index Report. This is the Bertelsmann Social Index Report. And the Social Justice Index measured 6 indicators of socially responsible capitalism, which is poverty prevention, equitable education, labor market access, social cohesion and not discrimination, health, and intergenerational justice. In all of them, the U.S. came in 27th out of 31 countries examined. Okay? Northern European countries led the study in overall rankings, with the report concluding that Nordic countries, with their welfare states, are the most capable of providing equal opportunities for self-realization within their respective societies. Self-realization means you want to become an accountant. All the chances, society gives you all the chances to become an accountant. All the support systems are there to help you realize your dreams in those countries. What countries are there? What are the top 10 countries that have social justice? Iceland, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Netherlands, Switzerland, Luxembourg, Canada, and France. And those are the top 10, and we're down number 27. So basically, we don't have hardly any social justice in this country. That's what this report says. This chart says. Okay? It's not much harder to climb the socioeconomic ladder in America than it used to, and also compared to other countries. The stories about it still happens, folks. I mean, yeah, you can come here with a good idea, you can get funding for it, and you can become a millionaire. Yeah, it still happens. But by and large, it's becoming more and more difficult to do. Okay? What's interesting is that the U.S. also ranks the low in economic freedom as well, number 17th of 180 countries. And the U.S. was third to last in poverty prevention. For example, 1 in 5 children in the U.S. lives in poverty. Well, in Norway, socialist Norway, 1 in 27 children do. Only 1 in 27 children do. Okay? And these kind of grim statistics means that there's less income for Americans and more economic hardships for families in this country, as well as for startup companies. Why startup companies? Because they have to provide benefits. They have to come up with the money to provide the benefits that their counterparts in socialist countries, Nordic countries, European countries don't have to. Healthcare benefits, childcare benefits, sick days, vacation days, they're paid for by the government, mandated by the government, and paid for by the government through the tax system. Okay? So basically, if you think about technological innovation, you think of America, right? But what else does the country excel at? What do we excel at that makes us great as a people? So what is the average person? That helps the average person, the average citizen, okay? Except for technological greatness. What are we best at? I'll tell you one thing we're starting to be really good at is in propaganda, okay? In other words, lying to its citizens. Lying to the citizenry is starting to be one of the best things this country is good at. Look, it's kind of like this. If it's pounded into our head, let's take healthcare, for example, right? If it's pounded into our head day after day that we're the greatest country on earth, and since most Americans don't travel much or don't know much about other countries, this is how the Republicans and healthcare companies try to play with our minds to accept the current system. What do? Keeps telling us we're the greatest country on earth. So if we are the greatest country on earth and we have a really screwed up healthcare system, most expensive, doesn't cover everyone, access is difficult, whatever. But if you think that we're the greatest country on earth and we have the horrible system, that means if you're not very educated, you don't know what's going on in other countries, then that means that whatever we have is better than any other country on earth. As screwed up as our system is, all other countries must be worse than our screwed up system. That's the kind of mentality, that's the kind of thinking that the government and the healthcare companies want you to think, so you won't ask for Medicare for all. So you won't ask for Medicare for all. Get educated, okay? Get educated. We need to have... They don't want you to ask for Medicare for all because it takes the profit out of the system, okay? And they want the gravy train to keep running, okay? Okay, so get educated about other countries' healthcare systems. That's part of my purpose here on this show, so you won't be fooled by propaganda coming from the government, coming from the Republicans, and in this case, healthcare companies. Okay, let's move on. Inequality in Chile, a lesson for America. Let's watch this video here. And what I'm going to do now, you're going to see two protesters in Chile. And I'm going to let the first protester, you're going to hear him speak in Spanish, then I'll interpret what he says. Then there's going to be another protester, he's going to speak in Spanish, and I'll interpret what he says. Okay? I'll stop and interpret both cases.
El sueldo mínimo son 300.000 pesos. Dime qué chileno vive, por favor, con 300.000 pesos. Pero yo creo que la lucha de fondo, y espero que la compartamos todos los que salimos a la calle, es terminar con este sistema neoliberal que hace 30 años nos está matando, porque nos está matando. No tenemos salud, no tenemos previsión, no tenemos viviendas dignas. Realmente Chile está demostrándole al mundo entero el fracaso del sistema neoliberal. Y un hogar de clase media, baja o pobre de este país tiene que vivir con 300 o 400.000 pesos. El 60% de los trabajadores chilenos vive con menos de 400.000 pesos. Queremos eso, queremos dignidad como pueblo, queremos recuperar y volver a ser, no te digo que todos somos millonarios, nada en absoluto, pero sí que seamos dignos y que seamos dignos hijos de esta patria que es de todos. Y los comunes y corrientes como yo, como todos estos que están acá, pagamos todos los días IVA y el impuesto por lo que sea, por comprar pan, por comprar una gaseosa, por ir al supermercado, por tomar una micro. Y es el impuesto más grande y lo pagamos todos los chilenos. Y los más ricos que pagan, cero. Y eso tiene que terminar, es una vergüenza.
Okay, so this is what this gentleman was saying. The minimum salary is 300,000 pesos, about $371. Tell me what Chilean can live on that, but the essence of our fight is that the neoliberal system, which is basically a privatization of the economy, that neoliberal system, which has been in place now for 30 years, is killing us. We don't have health, we don't have decent housing. So again, Chile is showing the whole world the failure of the neoliberal system. Any household from middle or lower class in this country has to live on 400,000 pesos, about $380. 60% of Chilean workers live with less than 400,000 pesos, about $500 a month. We want dignity as a people. The people here pay everyday taxes for whatever. To buy bread, soda, to take the bus. These are huge taxes and Chileans pay it. What do the richest pay? Zero. It's a disgrace. That's a stop. Okay, let's see with the next protester.
Trabajamos todos los días del año, Pascua, Año Nuevo, no tenemos fiesta, no tenemos cumpleaños, tenemos que pasarlo trabajando en la bomba por un mínimo. No nos dan nada casi. Entonces estamos luchando por un sueldo digno porque trabajamos los 24/7. Noches, días, lluvia, sol, terremotos, temblores, todo lo que haya, nosotros trabajamos. Y por un sueldo del mínimo que nos descuentan también. Conozcan el trabajo que hacemos, porque si nosotros paramos la estación de servicio no se mueve nadie en el país. No hay mucho pedir, 400, 450 somos felices, porque trabajamos los 365 días del año.
Okay, so what this protester was saying, we work every day of the year, we don't have holidays or birthdays, we are fighting for decent wages because we work 24/7, night, day, rain, sunshine, earthquakes, tremors. They need to recognize the work we do because if we stop the service stations, then nothing in the country moves. It's not much, give us 400 to 450,000 pesos, and we're happy because we work 365 days a year. Okay, so I'm going to be paraphrasing and quoting from 3 different articles from ChileToday.cl, from Intelligencer.com, and from Al Jazeera.com. So what's going on here? Economic inequality in Chile has become rampant. An estimated 1.2 million people marched through Santiago in protest. A 4% hike in fares for Santiago's metro service triggered the protest. It was really small increase, like, I don't know, 10 or 15 cents, but it got to a trigger point. It broke the camel's back. Since then, the protests have become a movement to force the right-wing government to improve living conditions. Trying to get a right-wing government to improve living conditions. Good luck with that, folks. We haven't had much luck here in this country. Okay, let me keep going. Reasons for the protest include few Chileans can afford high-quality health care. 40% of Chileans' last salary is their monthly pension, so most seniors can't afford to retire. 38% of Chileans find it very difficult to live on their current income. Chile's colleges were privatized and now have some of the highest average tuition fees in the world, forcing many Chileans to take out student loan debt that they can barely afford to pay back. 50% of Chilean workers earn below a developed country's average minimum salary. Only 20% of Chileans have anything left over at the end of the month after paying for food, transportation, and housing, and basic living expenses. What do the protests tell us about this kind of heavily privatized or neoliberal economy? Okay? So when you hear the word neoliberal, think of heavily privatized economy. Less subsidization for the middle class and poor. What do the protests tell us about this neoliberal economy? I'm quoting now. It doesn't work. People in Chile have to work 2 or 3 jobs. Every Uber driver you talk to is working his or her second job of the day. Most women in Chile have to work several jobs to make ends meet. The pension system was destroyed in Chile, and we have basically a savings account that people are forced to put their money into every month, and that money goes to financial institutions who take out a lot of profit, and you get paid the peanuts that are left when you get old, and you need as much as you can. Quoting now from the article again at Al Jazeera, 60-year-old retiree Maria Angelica worked as a teacher for 30 years, but retired on a monthly pension of $225, not even enough to cover her monthly $300 mortgage payment. Same thing with Pablo Tiablo. Pablo Tiablo, 29 years old, divides her time between taking care of her 2 sons and a part-time job. She holds $28,000 in student loan debt. For a history degree she was unable to complete and earns $274 a month, equivalent after converted from pesos. Folks, the Chileans are going through what we are going through, but they took a stand and they're fighting back. Where is our stand? Why are we fighting back? We've lost our backbone. That's the reason why. I don't understand it. I remember when I was 8 years old, 7 years old, the Vietnam War protests. They were in the news all the time. All the time. It went on month after month. They were self-sacrificing their time and out of work, and it was just incredible. And it did help to end the war. Okay? Let me show you something, folks. I know you can't see this, but I'll just show you this picture. This is a picture of people protesting in the Santiago, Chile, the capital. It says thousands of people demonstrate in the area surrounding Plaza Italia in Santiago, Chile on October 25th, 2019. There are so many people in the street, okay, in the capital, you can't even see pavement. There's so many people here, okay? I have nothing but respect for the Chilean people. They're standing up and demanding a better quality of life. They want respect. They want dignity in their life, okay? And it comes through economic justice, which they don't have, and we don't have either. But we don't stand up for our rights like they do. At least not in this kind of protest. Okay, so one more thing before I end on that. This comes to you from commondreams.org. An article called 60,000 Strong Fridays for a Future Protest in Hamburg, Germany. Prompts the question, where are you, USA? What is it going to take for the U.S. to rise up like this? One of the Durham, North Carolina branch of the Extinction Rebellion. It's a environmental protest. We're in a climate catastrophe, and people around the world, particularly in the global south, are facing the brunt now. January 2020 was the warmest since we've recorded temperatures. And they're asking us, where's America in all this? Why aren't we out there in the streets protesting? Okay, so let's talk now about Latin America healthcare. So let's watch a clip. This is a clip I showed a while back about a couple living in Manzanillo, Mexico, enjoying their life and receiving economic justice in Mexico as far as their healthcare, or as far as receiving healthcare is concerned.
For American retirees, the Pacific coast town of Manzanillo, Mexico is paradise. The weather is always warm. Every home has a view without a $1 million price tag. And a doctor's visit doesn't cost a penny out of pocket. Billy and Sandy Hunter retired to their dream home in Manzanillo, then learned they hit the healthcare jackpot. Both could have full medical, dental, and vision coverage for $600 a year.
It was a great deal. It was a great deal. And the care is good.
The Hunters bought into the Mexican Social Security Institute, or IMSS, a government-run healthcare plan for Mexican employees, but open to legal foreigners.
When we leave our doctor's office, if we have a prescription, we go and pick it up, no charge. So we like it.
There are no limits, no deductibles, and no copays. Even pre-existing conditions are covered after the first 1 to 2 years. Ivan Ocadiz is a doctor in Manzanillo's IMSS hospital. It's new, but without the comforts of a U.S. facility. Few private rooms, extras like blankets are brought from home, and families are expected to help feed and bathe patients. But when it comes to diagnosis and treatment, Americans here say it's just as good, sometimes better than the U.S.
Better than the U.S., can you imagine that? Okay, so folks, I'm going to be quoting now and paraphrasing from healthline.com, Forbes.com, from reddit.com. So let me give you an overview of what universal health care means. Mexico has universal health care. The term universal health care doesn't mean that all health care services are free for citizens. Also doesn't mean it has to be a single payer system like those found in the UK and in Canada. Universal health coverage is a program. This is from the World Health Organization definition. Universal health coverage is a program of programs that ensure all people in a country receive the health services they need. This is the clincher, folks. Listen to this carefully. Without any financial suffering. So let me read it again. Universal health coverage is a program that ensures all people in a country receive the health services they need without any financial suffering. That's the key difference. Okay? Okay, the Mexico Seguro program provides unemployed and poor Mexicans access to preventive healthcare services such as diabetes, screening, and vaccinations, as well as treatment for chronic and severe illnesses. Patients don't pay a fee during their doctor's visit. The poorest families pay nothing to join Seguro. The rest pay a premium based on their income, sliding scale. The next system up is the IMSS system, which you just saw, is for like employees who work in Mexico, which evidently American expats can buy into if you're a legal resident and citizen of Mexico. They pay about, American expats typically pay about $300 and $400 per year for IMSS coverage. And evidently this couple, they got a great deal, $600 for both of them, dental, vision, and medical as well. And it used to be, what's funny is that it used to be Americans were very leery about going to any other country for medical because it wasn't considered as good, as they feared the quality wasn't as good, right? Now it's exactly the opposite. Now a lot of people, a lot of Americans are going to other countries, specifically Mexico, Latin America, because it's the care is better, cheaper, and easier to deal with than the care here, healthcare in America. Okay? And I'm looking into it. I'm looking into it in my final retirement years. Now I'm going to read just two stories. Well, I'm going to read you one story of an individual called Lane Simmons. This story comes from reddit.com. So, Lane Simmons is an American expat living in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. He said the quality of care can also be excellent in Latin America. My general practitioner in Mexico charges $15 per visit. My podiatrist charges $12.50. My physical therapist charges $25 per hour. And my teeth cleanings cost $25 each. Once in Mexico, I got sick at a Cancun airport. At Cancun airport, coming home, the airport security people were super. They put me in a wheelchair and rushed me to a cab. My wife and I were taken to a private hospital that I felt like I was in a resort. Every day they would come in and make the bed for my wife. I had many doctors coming in to see me throughout the day and night. It was everything the U.S. hospitals are not. And this was a private hospital. And all the doctors I met were U.S. trained. And the best part of this experience for me was, wait for it, folks, 4 nights and 1 day in an intensive care unit cost $8,000. $8,000 US dollars. Okay? So, I don't know. I mean, it's getting tougher and tougher to find any kind of economic justice in the United States. You find it in Mexico, you find it in Northern European countries, all the Nordic countries, but good luck finding it in America. And it's really sad. And unless we get a progressive Democrat into office, hopefully it's burning, nothing will change, and we're going to keep getting fleeced. But what I don't understand is, why don't we get out in the streets? Why do we enjoy being fleeced? We've been fleeced now, what, since the 60s, 50s even, when all the other countries are going into a universal healthcare system. Again, universal healthcare means everyone gets the services they need without any financial suffering. Okay, we're the only country that the government has allowed the healthcare company to fleece us, and we don't stand up for it. Okay, anyway, as I come to the end of the show today, let me just tell you that my next show is going to be Thursday, March 12th. At that time, I'll be talking about European medical bills versus American medical bills, elderly Japanese choosing to go to jail. Yeah, you heard that right. That's going to be a good show. And apprenticeship programs making a comeback in America. Okay, that's it for today, folks. Thanks for listening. This is Vic Bernsdorff, 89.5 FM, KBCC Community Radio in Tracy. And always remember, under democratic socialism, the people who produce the profits and people who receive the profits are the same people. Have a great day.